Hello there. Today I'm going to have a go at tying this Cruncher variant. It's a quill cruncher, but it's just got a little CDC mixed in with the thorax. So in the hook I've got a demon hook, it's a size 10, and I'm going to be using UTC 70 thread in black. First thing to do is cast thread onto the hook. Now just keep holding my tag to help bring the thread down evenly. Get rid of it at the end. So I've taken the thread about 3mm past the point of the hook there. For the tail I'm just going to use a tan feather. You can use whatever colour you like. I prefer the tan with the CDC that I'm going to use. So I've taken off a nice healthy clump and I'm going to lay it onto the hook until I get the length that I want. I'll catch that in. Once I've got that in place, I'm just going to take this away. I'm not going to cut it right back because I want to keep the bulk of the shank of the hook. So I'll catch that all in now. And then I'm going to go back down. I'm just going to spin my thread anti-clockwise to flatten it out. Bring it down to the bottom here. I'm going to go round the bend of the hook just to splay out my tail feathers, and for this fly I'm going to use a piece of already stripped herring. This is brown. Just take away the waste and I'm going to tie that in just at the tip here. Okay, I'm going to come up the shank of the hook. Again, I'm going to go back halfway. What I'm going to do now is just take my time to taper the body. I want it tapered thin to a little bit thicker at the top here. Okay, I'm happy with that now. There's a couple of ways to do the next part. You can use UV resin and put a layer on, then turn your stripped herring round over it and then UV it, or you can use a little bit of super glue. I'm going to use the super glue today. You don't need a lot, so make sure you clean the brush off the bulk. And you get it all the way around. I'm going to use hackle pliers to come in, pick up my herring. And I'm going to very carefully just wind it up, trying to keep it nice and even. Just leaving enough space between the herring turns for the glue to come through a bit. And as you come across, you can see your taper now starting to take effect. just catch that in. Hold your thread tight and pull away. Mine's just pulled out there, but it's no odds. It's got to where I wanted it to go. I can bring that down now. Just take your finger, take any glue over the quilt body. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some purple dubbing. It's called Rainbow Blue, this one. It's a lovely colour, especially for river flies. I'm just going to take the smallest amount and dub that onto the front. And I'm going to come back to where my body finished. Put a little bit just to the back here. Next I'm going to use some CDC. This is tan. I know it's hard to see in this light, but it's a tan CDC dubbing, and what I'm going to do is just take a piece of my little gadget here and then trim that up. I can save the other bit for another fly, and I'll put that just to the side. So again, I want to open up my thread so I can spin it anti-clockwise and it'll open up ish, and then I'll use a dubbing needle it's not playing. To split the thread. So once I've got the gap, I can come in with my little gadget. A bulldog clip does the same job, and catch in the feathers. Once you've caught in the feathers, you can bring your thread up and then give it a spin clockwise. So it's caught in there nice and tight. Then I'm going to bring that round, sweeping back the feathers that are coming forward, and then just finish it off. If you're not happy with the length, you can always pluck a few of the feathers that are just not sitting right for you. Next then I'm going to take some more of my rainbow dub and just catch in a bit more of that. I'm just dubbing it on with my thumb and forefinger. It goes on the thread, no bother at all. Okay, just pull everything back. And surprisingly, I've got just about the right amount of dubbing for what I needed. If you put too much on, don't be afraid to take it off. To finish off then, I'm going to use a soft tackled feather. This is a size 10 hook, so it's quite a big fly, so I want quite a big feather from my cape. So something about that size will do this fly. And I'm going to strip it back just with my thumb and forefinger. And I'm going to just cut it down so that I've got just enough to catch in the tag. Now I've put the feather on so that the facing side is towards the eye of the hook. Once I've got that in position, I can come in with my hackle pliers and as many turns as you like. I like to do 2, I don't like it too thick. Just bring it forward as you trap in with your thread. A couple of turns should do it. And then holding your thread tightly, you should just be able to snap away from that. Keeping tension on the thread at all times. Like your thumb and forefinger, drag everything back. Once you've got everything behind the head, you can then concentrate on building up your thread to make a nice head. And again, you can use a whip finish tool, or I find a couple of half hitches does the same job. Take away your excess thread. It's come along nicely. And then to finish off, simply use a touch of varnish on the head. Then with a spare feather, just clean your eye out. Then it can be put to the side to dry and it's ready to go in the box. What the CDC does is it just gives it that bit of extra movement. The hackle at the front is a really soft hackle. Again, it pulses in the water and it just makes a lovely nymph. Hope that's been of some use to you. Thanks for watching.